Reddit is trying to destroy Battlefield before it releases. Now we don't know what's going on. There's like a huge fighting going on Reddit and Twitter about how the movement should be in the new Battlefield game. I personally think that the movement should be kind of like Battlefield 5's movement. I mean, that movement system was perfect, pretty much. This is me. The gunplay in there, 2042, not 2040. Sorry, Battlefield 4's gunplay with Battlefield 5's movement. I think that's a perfect combo right there.
Another week, another slew of Reddit threads that I unfortunately have to talk about due to the sheer amount of brain rot that is being caused by them. But truthfully, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's tradition at this point. If you guys enjoy the channel,
It's really bad. It even happened in 2042. I remember when we got trailers for that. They were all over it. I mean, to be fair, the trailers for 2042 did look a lot. They looked amazing, but did not play amazing, unfortunately. So, I mean, to be fair, that every time a Battlefield game comes out now, there's gonna be a war in Reddit or Twitter about how the game should be, and I don't think people realize what the game is.
subscribe to the channel, and of course hit the like button. And if you haven't tried my flavor of glitch energy called Rage Aid, it is guaranteed to increase your death slams via Battlefield 2042 by a whopping 2,587%, tested and confirmed by me. Use code UNDERS for 20%
You hear
off.
that?
Link
You guys want to get good at Battlefield? Get this.
in the description. Now then, what are these threads we have to talk about? Well, unfortunately, it's about movement again. I know, it's such a tiresome topic.
I didn't know what it was about.
Because
I just assumed it was about movement, and I was correct because that's literally what everyone's complaining about.
Quickly devolve into insults, and no one really ever talks about mechanics or the specifics of what's actually going on, and if they do, they just get downvoted, and that's exactly what happened to me. I was about to go to bed, but before I did, I saw this brand new thread get posted, and it's about this very short clip of Battlefield 6. Of course, I cannot show you this clip. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to take my description of it.
I mean, we all seen the leaks. The movement in it is I thought it was pretty fine, really. Like, I don't know what the issue is. I mean, besides that dude that was playing that kept dying over and over again, that absolutely probably should not be playing the game, but I think everything was fine. I don't know what all the issue is really about it.
The clip is called Sideways Dive, and it is a clip of this person attempting to utilize what looks to be a sideways dive. I don't think that's what it is, but we'll get into that later. So I was watching this clip, and he was trying to use it in some gameplay to extremely little effect. And, you know, I don't need much time to discern if movement is useful in Battlefield, so I simply commented, looks incredibly situational, likely to cause death 99% of the time. My comment was quickly upvoted to the very top of the thread with almost 400 upvotes at the time of me recording this video. And then
I just watched the clip, by the way. That's what I was doing. Yeah, that looks I mean, that looks interesting, I guess. I don't know if he was glitching it or he did it on accident there. I don't know. It kind of looked like he ran, then he, kind of laid down, then it looked like he dived. That's what it looks like to me, personally.
the replies unfortunately came in. People replying things like, good, and that's a good thing, right? And absolutely that's a good thing. But if you read between the lines of this seemingly harmless reply, you find their true belief. They hate any advanced movement. They hate all of it. And they love when this sort of thing results in guaranteed death.
Enhanced movement is fun to mess with. I don't know why people really don't like it personally. I find it really fun to mess around with. I mean, no one likes getting bunny hop, but killed by some dude bunny hopping down the road. But that's not how it really is in this, is it? It's more of a. I mean, that's like Call of Duty logic. Like, you see bunny hoppers in Call of Duty, you don't really see bunny hoppers in Battlefield. I mean, people can do it in Battlefield. This is less effective. It's how the movement system is.
Death, because it means that they never have to play against it. They essentially hate every movement option ever in Battlefield games. And I find it hilarious because these people on the subreddit are
I'm pretty sure this is the console players. Because I go on Battlefield 4 and all these people are hopping around. People moving super fast around corners. I'm pretty sure this is console players.
People that are so quick to call anything they see that's quick or any sort of jumping or any sort of sliding, any sort of diving, Call of Duty. They love to say, oh, the people that love this movement
I
want to
just
turn
said that, by
Battlefield
the
into
way.
COD. They want to ruin Battlefield. But they're fucking hypocrites because they are the people that want to make Battlefield something that it isn't. These are the people that sit on Reddit.
They want to make Battlefield like Arma or Squad or maybe Hella Loose. I mean, Hella Loose kind of stretch. Hella Loose is that's more of a that's a something else game. But they wanted more to be like Arma or Squad. Hella Loose it's just chaos. It's just pure chaos, no matter what. And you don't have any. There's not a lot of movement options in that game, but there's just chaos everywhere, so it doesn't really matter.
And cry waterfalls of tears every single time they see an extremely basic, mediocre movement option in a Battlefield game. I can link the Reddit thread in the description, and you guys can watch these clips that I'm talking about.
If you think about it, really, bunny hopping's been around for like every FPS game. Like that's not something new. That's been used for so long. Like I'm pretty sure people have been using that since the beginning of CS, Counter Strike. Like those are like very basic movements. Diving down as well. There's also very basic movement options, and like every FPS game should have. Like these are not like unknown concepts. Moving fast around corners is not unknown.
Sideways dive that these players are looking at, in my opinion, isn't the dive at all. I think these are actually different animations for using the prone function.
Yeah, that's why I just like that. By the way, I literally just said that. I think I said he literally looked like he laid down, but he did from the side. I can't show the clip. Obviously, it's gonna get me in trouble, but that is what I saw. You just look up Battlefield 6 sliding sideways or sideways dive, and then you'll find it.
Yes, because if you remember, people speculate that you can prone on your back in Battlefield 6, which means that if you're proning to the side
like Battlefield
or
5
proning behind you, the animation for proning will look different and thus maybe look like a dive to some people. But in terms of the actual usefulness of this movement, it looks worse than the BF1 slide. In fact, when I replied to these people, I told them that this movement looks completely useless the way it's currently implemented, and you'd be better off standing still. But of course, that concise and very polite.
Yeah, I can see that. What game was I playing when I proned? I think it was Battlefield actually. I was prone, and then you have to wait like a half a second before you can shoot your gun. It's not optimized for it. I mean, it's never been optimized really for a movement like that. Either way.
Light explanation wasn't good enough for them, so they decided to downvote me into oblivion. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, the people that are on the Battlefield subreddit are the worst FPS players known to mankind.
They're on the consoles.
In fact, I hesitate strongly even calling them players, because I think a lot of these people replying to these Battlefield 6 threads, particularly having to do with movement, are what I like to call tourists. A lot of these people likely haven't played Battlefield in years, and they sort of tour around these different threads, spewing.
I think they just play on console. That's probably what they do. I think they still play Battlefield. I just think they play on console, which is a lot slower. It's a lot slower on console.
Their absolute nonsense wherever they fucking please. But again, make no mistake, these people that are so against any sort of movement.
Jumping around corners is not something new. That is something being used in like every FPS game. I'm pretty sure people do it in Squad for crying out loud. Maybe Squad. I mean, Squad movement's really slow either way, but I'm pretty sure people have done it on that too.
Game do not understand what Battlefield has been for over 15 years at this point. They want to destroy Battlefield. They are incompetent. If they had it their way, I doubt they would fucking even allow you to sprint. I swear to God. And allow me to pose a suggestion.
Back to Halo.
Whenever a new Battlefield movement thread is posted, there should be some sort of bot that requires you to link gameplay as well as your stats before it lets you comment on the thread itself.
That would be so funny, honestly.
This would be for pure context. I just want to see who I'm talking to, you know? And I also think it'd be very, very hilarious, and it would provide a really needed ray of light on who exactly is leaving these comments. Unfortunately, that will never happen. This is not a perfect world. Now, of course, that isn't all people were complaining about on the Battlefield subreddits. There's plenty more where that came from.
Of
But
course.
one of the more popular things I saw come up in multiple different threads over the past 2 days is people were really, really annoyed about the leaks suggesting the assault class has a med pen. And this is nothing new. The assault class in Battlefield 2040.
What? Who cares? The assault class in 2042 had it, and we just saw me throwing out med packs in Battlefield 4, so who cares?
Has a med pen, but people were really, really annoyed that in Battlefield 6, the assault class's med pen appears to recharge on its own. So what do the all-knowing Redditors
You
suggest?
have infinite med packs when you're playing a medic. Who cares? What's the difference between infinite med packs and having a thing that recharges?
Well, they just said remove it. That was their feedback. They said, please remove it from the game, thank you. So I posed a very simple question to them. Are you going to remove medic class as well? Because...
Dude, I swear to God. Me and this guy are like on top of each other right now. We are just thinking the same thing at the same moment. This is insane. I have no idea. Like, I have not seen this video yet. I've not even seen this Reddit thread at all. Besides when I pulled it up to take a look at the footage. But other than that, I've not looked at any of the comments.
Their goal here, their true intention, is that they don't want people to be able to self-heal. So I asked them, are you going to remove the medic class as well? Because if you remove Assault's self-sustainability, they are going to switch to the medic class. Okay?
And you're guess what they're going to do? They're not going to revive nobody, and they're just going to use the med kits on themselves. That's all they're going to do. And it's going to, you know what that's going to do? It's going to ruin the flow of the gameplay. That's exactly what it's going to do.
We're going to be able to remove self-healing from the game. So what's the better solution? Well, you take away the med pen's ability to recharge on its own. Done. It's fixed. Literally completely fixed if you just do that.
Yeah, that does
fix it. To some
fix
people's
it.
credit, they did actually suggest that in these threads. So kudos to you for actually having 5 brain cells to rub together. But I just wanted to cover some of these people's replies as to why.
So how it works in 2042 currently is you can get recharged, I think, with a med kit plus the supply pack.
Pen should be removed. This guy says it's a problem in 1v1 engagements, and he feels like if he gets someone to 1 HP, he should be able to push them to finish the job, and he should be rewarded. Here's the thing.
Then push them
How
to
is a
finish the job.
person healing behind cover with a med pen any different than a medic dropping a fucking medic bag behind cover and healing?
Exactly. Exactly. That's literally what I'm thinking. There's no difference, by the way.
It isn't, right? It's functionally the same thing as 1v1ing a medic. Also, why is this dumbass pushing out of cover to push towards somebody that can potentially heal behind his own cover?
Yeah, that's also a really good question. I was literally thinking the same thing. Why would you push somebody you don't know what he has? He could be assault too with a med pack, and you also could be assault with a med pack. So who knows?
You see, the thing is, these people don't know how to play the fucking game, okay? If he was truly in a situation where he was able to push this person confidently and guarantee himself the kill, he wouldn't have to be on 1 HP for you to kill him. If it was really a good push, you could push him when he had 100 HP. It's all about timing and positioning and the way you hold angles and just the way you play the fight. But of course, that doesn't matter because MedPen OP.
You know, I play fights. I've been straight in the middle and hope for the best.
Guys, please remove it from the game. But the big thing I really want you guys to take away from this video is a lot of these people that are arguing against every single tiny movement option there may be in the game, whether it be them
wiping them last night,
jumping,
makes me feel like I'm bad.
Being able to crouch spam, people complaining about the slide and the dive and the sprint speed. Anything these players are complaining about, just know they are the fucking enemy. I'm going to be completely honest. They're the problem.
There's no problem with sliding, diving, out sprinting, whatever else you want to say. There's no problem with either one of those. Those are basic movements, really. It's like diving. Diving's mid, I guess you could say. It's like, you don't really need it. But sliding is like a basic movement now. Like, it should be pretty much every FPS game should have it. If they don't have it, they're falling behind.
that want to turn Battlefield into something it isn't.
That's nice.
Meanwhile, I would like to think of myself and many other people in the community as people that are simply asking them to not completely remove every single skill gap creating mechanic in the entire game. I am simply asking for maybe, like, I don't know, movement like BF4, movement like BF5, something comparable to what we've experienced before. I am not asking for wall running. I'm not asking for the ability to, like, double jump. I am asking for basic...
Yeah, so my theory is this guy right there. So we're gonna rewind it a little bit because you look at the med pin right there in the corner. He uses it, right?
To, like,
he goes down to 1,
jump.
hits the med kit, and gets 2 again.
For basic,
but also give him the ammo
normal
pack. He was really
Battlefield
standing over
movement
that
that
ammo
we have
pack. So
all
it made,
come
I
to
don't know.
know and love and expect from the franchise. And I will end this video off by giving you guys an extremely important reminder. We have seen what happens to the gameplay of Battlefield if DICE listens to people that constantly complain about every single tiny movement ability in the game.
They ruined BF5's gunplay in the end. So they changed it up twice. So they had the first one, then he changed it. I liked how when they changed it. That's how I liked it. Then they changed it again, they ruined it. I could not play it anymore because how bad they turned it into. It used to be like 2 to 3 shots, you can kill somebody, maybe 3 to 4. Now you have all this ammo, your gun's not as accurate. It's like, man, what's happening?
Battlefield 1
They
is
ruined
a
it, in my
living
opinion.
reminder that when you remove movement that the game was intentionally designed with, the gameplay itself crumbles and falls apart. I played Battlefield 1 just a couple days ago. I am an extremely good player in that game. I can tell you firsthand, there is almost no individual outplay in that game from a mechanical perspective. It is a purely momentum-based and positional experience.
Yep.
You can never be in the right position 24/7, and if you're on the wrong team, it is hell on earth, especially if you're playing solo. And that is not a good thing. You should never have to play with 4 people 24/7 just to have an enjoyable experience. That is why individual skill gap and outplay being in the game is so important. It allows you to be able to brute force.
Teamplay is important, but you shouldn't be like confined to only team play. That's the issue with Battlefield 1. Because in Battlefield 1 it drives you to team play, but you don't want to team play 24/7. You just want to play the game, really.
Some scenarios just enough to where there is a skill gap, to where there is something to learn in the game, and to where you can help turn the tide yourself. This sort of thing has always been in Battlefield, and the people arguing against it don't know how Battlefield actually plays. And even more importantly, they don't understand why having game mechanics is important for a game's gameplay. So that will conclude this installment of Enders is Irritated by Reddit and Incompetency once again. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, all links are in the description. If you haven't tried my Glitch Energy,
I agree with him on that, really.
It's strawberry lemonade. Glitch Energy as a brand really focuses on trying to remove as much bullshit from energy drinks as possible. So if that sounds interesting.
Oh, he was going off in this game. That's probably why he's showing. Oh, yeah, that's him playing the game. Yeah, I agree with him, really. I do think the movement system. I mean, my perfect ideal movement system is Battlefield 5 movement with BF4 gunplay. That is my perfect scenario. That's really it, really. Like, I don't know. I don't know why people are complaining about it too much. I mean, the side diving thing, it really wasn't a dive. It was the dude proning on the side, and it's happened to be at a doorway. That's all it was.